Alright, so we're going to show you how to add a little extra pop or contrast to your images that might look a little bit flat. And what I've done here is I've already applied some edits to this image. And up here we're going to look at the histogram. I'm going to hit the J key because this is called the J trick. And these triangles up here will turn a different color when the darks start to get too dark. This is for the darks, and when the lights start to get too light. And what happens is when the brights get too bright, this image will actually start to turn. You'll see some red popping up here, so watch me adjust this. See that red coming in? This red up here means that on this image that this is just flat white. There's there's nothing else. Which means it's starting to get a little burnout. So I'm going to just undo that. And then let me show you the blacks as well. When I bring the blacks down here, you will notice that things will start to turn blue. See the suit and the shadows there? So what we're going to do is to make sure that we're going to add a little extra contrast to this. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to do it here in the tone curve. You can do it up here as well, but I like the way it looks in the tone curve. We're going to make sure we have just the simplest tone curve set up here. So we're going to remove all those, and we're just going to click and drag here. Now you want to make sure it stays on the bottom when you drag. You don't want to move it up this way. So this is for the darks, and we'll just do this. And you want to do it just so a little bit of blue starts showing. You can see it kind of on a suit there. Okay, that's good. And we're going to do the same thing for the highlights. I'm going to bump this up a little bit until it starts turning, until it starts turning red. So we'll make sure that we get that out. That's pretty good. Now, that's what we have here. So this is the image before we started, and then this is the image where we applied the edits, and then this is when we applied the J trick and adjusted our darks and lights accordingly. Also, I'll hit J to get it off there a little bit. So that's what it was before, and here it is after we did the J trick. So you can see that it did add a lot of pop to it and made it look a little more crisp, and that's what you can do. You can also do the J trick up here and click and drag on the histogram, but I don't do that. If I do the J trick, I usually just do it with the highlights and the shadows up here, or like I said, down in the tone curve. This seems to be the best way for me to do it. Well, I hope that's helpful for you. I hope you find your images getting a little more pop. I don't do this to all of my images, just the ones that look flat, and that seems to help them out pretty well.